Okay, boys and girls, today we're going to continue our Harry Potter houses from last week. Last week, as you can see, you put in the information for each teacher: Daimyo, Popovich, Wise, Deloya, Lombardo. You also did something that was called an auto sum to get the total in each column and on each row. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a chart. But before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to clean up a little bit on our spreadsheet. You can see everything is lined up on the right. So what I can do is I can change that so it's lined up into the middle. An easy way to do that is to highlight the entire spreadsheet. To do that, you're going to click on the button above the number 1. Once you click on that, everything gets highlighted. And what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to find the centering button. Right now, I can see the horizontal align button. If I click on it, you can see all the different ways that I can align. I want to make sure that it's center. What it does is it moves all of my words to the center of the cell because everything was highlighted. Now I can also clean up a little bit more, and I can highlight the columns. By clicking on the A, all of column A is highlighted. What I'll do is I'll make that column bold. I can also highlight the totals on the rows and make those bold as well. I'm going to highlight all of column G to get the totals here bold as well. Just a few formatting changes. You can always click on a cell and maybe make sure that you want to make sure it's highlighted. You want this to stand out that there were 10 Ravenclaws in Mrs. Wise's class. So we can always use the tools at the top, changing the size and the color, bold, italicized, and underline are all there at the top of our screen. What I want to do right now is I want to make a chart. To do that, I'm going to highlight the information. Now I only want to highlight the information of the classes. So I'm going to start with A1. I'm going to use my black spreadsheet tool. I'm going to click and hold and drag going down and then across. I'm only going to highlight the class totals, not the totals in each column and the last row. Now I'm going to go to the Insert tab, and I'm going to slide down to Chart. Here's my chart editor, and it gives me really nice results. So here is a sample chart that it's given me. It says Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. It got that from column A. It color codes all of Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. Each category is a teacher: Daimyo, Popovich, Wise, Deloya, and Lombardo. So you can go to the Slytherin category, or the Hufflepuff category, or the Gryffindor category, and you can actually see how many in each class. Now this isn't the only type of chart that you can create. Here's another one. This is a stacked column chart. You can see the blue stands for the Ravenclaw. The red is the Gryffindor. All the way up at the top is green for Slytherin. I can also make a pie chart. Now, if you take a look at this only breaks down Mrs. Daimyo's class, as well as this pie chart only breaks down Mrs. Popovich's class. Here's a different way to create that stacked column. Now, these are all just recommended. If I go over to chart types, I can see all the different types of charts that I can make. Line, area. Here's a stacked chart. Pretty interesting. I can scroll down, columns again, stacked columns. Now you can see that the pies are all grayed out. You can't make a pie with the information that we selected. This one's interesting, a scatter plot. Again, each house is color coded, and again you can see where they fall on the plot. So maybe I'll use this one. So I can go over to now the Customize button, and I can change the title. Well, I don't want the title to be all of these houses. I just want it to be called Harry Potter Houses. The legend are the categories. If I don't want it to be on the right, I can change it to the top. or I can change it to the bottom. I like it on the right, so I'm going to keep it on the right. I can make it bold. I can make it italicized. I can change the size. I can change the color of the words. I can change the font. I can change the background color. All of those things are under the Customization tab. If I slide down, there are more things that I can do, like adding a title on the horizontal axis. Those would be the classes. I can make it bold or italicized. I can even change the size of it. I can slide down. I can change the series Ravenclaw, the color. If I don't want that to be blue, maybe I want it to be purple. To change any of the houses, I can go to each one and customize the color on each one. Maybe I want that to be yellow. I'm going to scroll back up because the horizontal axis we know is going down here at the bottom. If I change it to the vertical, I can label the votes as well. Once I'm done customizing my chart, and I can do that any which way, just following down on the customization area, I'm going to say insert. It inserts my chart. I can move it around from side to side. Now what I like to do is like to make it into a sheet. Now you can see there's a little triangle here on the side. If I click on that triangle, it gives me some other options. The advanced edit will bring me back up to the editor again. I can change my chart if I wanted to. I can go into the different tabs again, change the color if I wanted to, and then I can choose the update button. Another thing that I like to do though under this triangle is to go down to move to its own sheet. Notice it's kind of covering up the data that I have in my spreadsheet. I can go to move to its own sheet. It moves it to a tab down here at the bottom. So I have sheet 1 that has the information. Now I have chart 2 or chart 1 that gives me the pie chart. It really makes it pop out where you can see the data. You can really tell, like Daimyo's class had this many of the Gryffindors, this many of the Ravenclaws, 0 Slytherin. Each class works that way. If I wanted to go back and edit it again, I can go to the advanced edit button. Once I do that, I can change my type again. Maybe I want to make a line chart, an area, or maybe I want to go back to the recommendations. Once I do that, I can update, and it automatically updates. What you're going to do today in today's class, you want to make sure that you highlight the information. You're going to go to Insert, Chart. Pick the chart that you want. Once you pick the chart that you want, customize it. Make sure you put in a title. Don't leave the title Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. Make it called Harry Potter Houses. You can make it bold, italicized, or underlined. Move the legend over. Change the color of the background if you want to. Make the chart your own. I'll be around to help you out. Just raise your hand if you have a question. Go down and open up the assignment from last week and continue with the Harry Potter houses to make a chart. Good luck.